Yo, guys, what is going on? We're here. We're live. Difocast number 15. Oh, man, these are flying by. Today we got special guest, Vanguard Shooter. How the hell are
Hey,
you, man?
I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm doing absolutely freaking amazing. Getting by, chilling, kicking, relaxing. Oh, so how's life been treating you, bud?
Good, good. Actually, still getting settled into Colorado here with the new home, new duty station. Yeah,
Oh, that's right. I forget you're active enough to where you get transferred.
yeah. I've been in 7.5 years.
Oh, damn. How many times have you moved since you've been in?
This is my fourth duty station.
That's not too bad. Still annoying, but
Yeah, 7.5 years moving four different states. Yeah, it's
yeah,
been a
that's
pain.
almost every 2 years, just about every 2 years almost.
Yeah, my longest has been 3.
Wow, that's a lot. I don't. I mean, growing up as a kid, I moved a lot, but I couldn't imagine as an adult moving that many times.
Come here. And especially with two pigs in the butt, actually, like this one that keeps coming over, trying to say hi.
Yeah, but that's what makes it
Aw.
worth it. Gives you something to go
Yeah,
home to, especially the cute little ones.
yeah. This was little Miss Attitude right here.
Aren't they usually at that age? Oh man. So I gotta ask. I've been kind of adding the extra question. So where'd the name come from?
It's so actually everyone thinks it's Destiny and other games. It's actually a paintball brand that I used to run when I traveled the country playing. So Vanguard was the marker I used, and then shooters just because that's what I shot. So legit, it just played out. Um, hey, my wife, great resident. But yeah. So that's how I got my name, Vanguard Shooter, because it was Vanguard Creed. Actually, I still have it today. It's actually sitting over here,
Really? That's
and
freaking
it's
awesome.
been I've had it for 7 years. No, I've had it for 8 or 9 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love hearing the extra names that are or names that came from something else. I used to have some buddies when I was growing up that were heavy into paintball. I just found
Yeah, I
out
was really big into it.
I just found out recently we have a couple courses around my area. Not too much. Now, being from Central California, I used to run into a lot of courses down there. Everywhere you turn, there's a there's
Yeah. California's big with it, especially along the coast. A lot of big tournaments out there all the time. Another big place is actually Florida, down like Huntington Beach.
not surprising. Yeah, because I was up in Central Northern California area, and there's a lot of different places up there where you'd be up slightly in the mountains and the rolling hills and stuff where you'd be playing. So you'd be through the tree lines, then they add everything else they've got going on.
Yeah. Uh, Actually, where I'm from in New York was where paintball originated, so it's kind of big in my area.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that's crazy. It's amazing all the different little places that certain things were invented, like, and then the random facts you end up knowing about it. But like, I think it's San Diego or Santa Cruz is where the bicycle was invented. From being into it's once you're into things is when you finally learn it. I assume you learned that when you were into it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I used
Yeah.
to be.
Like if you're passionate about something, you'll you always find the history in it.
Yeah, that's for sure. The well, like when I was into mountain biking for a long time, and I had to get out of it because of a injury. But when I was into mountain
I'm
biking for
sorry
a
to hear
while,
that.
oh, it's groin injuries.
No,
I tore
those are the
both.
worst.
I tore both of them when I was younger, and they don't ever really heal properly.
No.
And then being a bigger guy trying to mountain bike, yeah, I tore them up even worse. I'm like, all right, we're gonna until I get my stuff figured out, we're gonna step away for a little while.
I
But
don't blame you. Make sure you heal up right.
yeah, that's I've kind of learned how to deal with them, and then stretching is a big thing, and I'm like, stretching is something I forget to do every time. But as the comment said, do you have your coffee? No, I don't have my coffee, but I do have my daily white monster. And monster, if you would like to
EDA,
sponsor me.
I don't drink coffee. I got water.
Water in a coffee cup. That's how I usually do it. So, this question I've been actually waiting to talk to you about because I know it's a little different for you. But what got you into streaming? Because I know your start it was a little different.
So I started out on Mixer. One of my friends, they were like, "Hey man, you should stream," like, because we'd play video games all the time together. He's like, "Hey, you should get into streaming," and I'm like, I don't think I'm up to par with that. Like, I always thought streaming was like all like the pro gamers and all the dudes that just tournament after tournament. And then I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll do it, and got into it and just loved it.
No
Oh,
worries.
she is mad at you. She's mad because she can't go play with the smoker.
Oh,
But
the smoker, like,
yeah.
like, oh, that's funny.
Okay. Oh, you want to come back? Okay.
That's too cute.
Oh, she's so mad at mom right now because mommy's putting the ribs on. Hi.
Yeah, but they'll be so
But
much
yeah.
better afterwards.
Yeah, so and then getting into it, my wife, she wasn't sure about it at first, and she saw how much fun I was, and I wasn't out fishing every day
Yeah.
because that was my thing. I'd go fishing every day when we were in Louisiana, and she likes it. She's actually getting into it. My kids, they actually come over and hang out like she's doing right now. She'll usually look at the camera, wave, clap, do all that. Most of the time, she just stares at herself.
Depends on the mood.
Yeah. When there's no food involved, she's good to go.
Yeah, not distracted by food. That's awesome. That's okay. She'll learn that it tastes much better once it's cooked and seasoned.
Yeah, yeah.
So you
She
lived.
eats everything.
So you started when you lived down in Louisiana. Is when you got into streaming and stuff.
Yeah, I was in Louisiana when I started getting into streaming about a year and a half, 2 years ago, total time.
Okay,
Yeah, about 2 years ago. Was on Mixer. Was about to break like 400 something followers, and then the whole stuff with that went down. Now I'm over here on Twitch.
I keep forgetting that that's such a recent thing still too. Because I mean, it was only because it wasn't even a full year ago.
Months ago.
Yeah, I'd say it hasn't even been a full year since all that happened, since that whole ninja incident.
Yeah.
And so, how's the transition been since the swap over?
Really slow at first, but now it's starting to pick back up. Got a good community, good family going on here. A lot of support, especially from like the Difo fam and all the different communities. Actually, just recently, a few of your boyos hit me up. Like what is it, Ninja and a couple others.
Yeah, we got some awesome people in there that love supporting. Which anybody that is watching right now, if you guys hit the guest link on under the in the about section, you can pull. It'll bring directly up to Vanguard's channel there.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, part of why I went back to Twitch because we were doing. I had switched to a couple episodes on YouTube to make it a little bit simpler on me, but I like the chat interaction, which we don't really interact a whole lot with chat because it being a podcast and stuff, but
Yeah.
the chat interaction possibility, the things like the about, I can get an easy link to get to the people's channels. It feels like it just flows better. I mean, we're interviewing streamers. I feel
Yeah. Oh yeah.
on a streaming platform's a little bit better of an option for it, anyways. We get to see all the different love that comes through and everything. But so with being like I haven't got to interview anybody from Mixer yet, so I got some questions.
Okay.
With Mixer though, so like Twitch is kind of a pain in the ass to kind of the pain in the ass to get noticed. You have to network and you really got to push yourself hardcore in the beginning before it really starts boosting you, and then you start getting common viewers. Now, like, was Mixer like that, or did they kind of boost you?
So a little of both. You still had to network. You still had to do everything right. It wasn't so much networking on like TikTok now and Twitter. If you had a solid Instagram and a solid like Discord and you were active in other Discords, you were gonna get viewers. You were gonna get follows. and it came like natural to everyone. And I
Okay.
feel like the communities in Mixer at the time were a lot more like inviting in the sense, kind of like how your community is and how a lot of the communities that I'm a part of now. But when I first started out trying to find that one to get into, kind of was like hard. Unlike on Mixer, where after I hit my first 100 followers, I started taking off.
Yeah, I can really agree with that statement because when I first got into Twitch, I joined a lot of communities, which not one single one of them I'm part of now. Just a lot of toxicity in Twitch I noticed, and now which is part of what drove starting Difo. It's just I ran into some really just yeah. And it's hard for me because
Yeah.
I'm typically, if I'm in life situation, I'm gonna deal with the situation. I'm on a computer, I can't do anything, so I just gotta ignore
Yeah.
the toxic ones and move on. But it's definitely what drove a lot of it too. I always heard good things about Mixer, which is amazes me that it did what it did, but the size contract
Yeah.
with the way,
Unfortunate circumstances.
yeah, yeah, with the size contract with what they did with him, I can understand. That was kind of a, I don't know why you would start out with that when you don't have the money.
Oh,
That now talk about yeah, talk about um hopes and dreams. That was definitely something Mixer built themselves on for sure.
yeah. It kind of shitty. And then they started getting more competition with Facebook kicking up. So I think it just in the long run, like they weren't gonna make it between
Yeah.
Facebook and Twitch.
Yeah, which sucks because if they were around right now, they would have skyrocketed because with everything that's going on with Twitch. If they would have
Yeah,
just
like
stuck in,
right before or
yeah.
right as the pandemic started, and everyone's starting to get into streaming.
Yeah, well, and
Like,
then all the issues with Twitch right now, all the censorship and everything that's going on, because Twitch has the absolute worst when it comes to censorship, things you can and can't say. Well, I take that back because now people are having to put 18 plus in their bios and stuff on Facebook. Everything's getting weird. But
yeah, it's becoming super politically correct.
yeah,
Um,
which
across all platforms.
yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of freaking regulation on everything we do anymore, which is kind of sad, but at the same time, being game streamers, it's not as big of a deal. There's just certain words
Yeah,
we can't say, or we can
yeah,
say them, we just can't say them towards somebody. We can't say, "Hey, you're this," but at the same time, it's only if you get reported. But so being military, transferring around quite a bit, and then having to live the life you do, never knowing what's going on being in the military. What makes you? Why do you continue to stream?
just it's a definitely a getaway and a getaway from my like reality with the military, but a lot of people that are in my channel, a lot of people that I associate with are military, have been prior service, any branch. I've played with every branch except for Coast Guard. uh, and a lot like within the community, like EDA and actually a few people last night that I was gaming with were two dudes I used to work with. Um, you want to get down? And they're getting into it, and they're constantly asking me for advice, and I just that's why I stream a lot is to help others out.
Yeah, that's what it's about. I mean, I'm all for it. I love the fact of bringing more and more people in. Yeah, it kind of adds a little bit of a Ghost Guard doesn't exist. Adds
Hey,
a
we got a
little.
space force. We got a space force battalion here where I'm at right now. It's like
Oh,
right
dude.
down the road.
Oh, not surprising being down in that area.
I think
Stepchild.
work heard us talking about it because they're texting me right now.
That's funny. Yeah, their ears were burning. Where are you at?
Yeah.
Why aren't you heading in? Because you said you leave soon, right? Oof.
Next Friday.
Oh. Well, at least so you'll be back to playing again afterwards, though, right? We'll get you
Yeah,
back up.
we'll be gone for 2 weeks. I'll be back on the 18th, 19th.
Okay, that's not too bad then. Not take too much
It's not
time.
like a month-long training rotation that I have coming up in October.
Oof. Oof.
Hey. That 1-year-old screech. Ah,
Oh, that's cute. Love it. Love seeing the interaction with the kids and stuff. Just shows how good of a guy you are, though. That's for sure. Always nothing but good things I hear about you. So, with everything you do with the streaming and everything with streaming being military, I mean that's a big difference on that's a big change. I've met a lot of guys that are ex-military, obviously like EDA and stuff, but I don't know too many that are active and try and do all this. Has it changed anything about your life being a streamer and
well, crossing streaming and military.
yeah, just
I'm a lot more tired, to be completely honest. So I wake up between 4:30 and 5:30 every day. So and my streams are always like 8 to midnight, and so I between 4 and 5 hours of sleep at night. But it's been something I've been used to since I was a kid. Like I don't get a lot of sleep. Um, but it used to be worse. I used to just go until I was tired. Now I'm kind of like getting older, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna get off now. I gotta get a little bit of sleep. I'm not young anymore,
I st-
as EDA says.
I still have that problem. I'll go until I'm absolutely tired and then go to sleep and I'm like, "Oh, yeah. That's why you're not supposed to do that." When you get old it comes back at you.
Yeah,
Yeah. We all talk about old. It's amazing how much the generations have dropped down because now we got all these kids coming in and we can say kids now.
yeah. Hey, Senpai, it's not NTC rotation this one, but in October it is.
Oof. Oof. I can't remember if Senpai's
I saw
military or
that.
not or if he just knows somebody. Can't remember.
NTC's a hellhole in California. Good old SoCal.
Yeah, that's the big one that everybody goes to, right?
No.
When they ship everything down and
Yeah, it's either NTC or JRTC out of Louisiana.
oh, okay, yeah, because I believe that the one you're talking about in California, that's the one where we see once a year where they're shipping. You'll see the tanks and stuff on the back of on the back of
Yeah,
trains heading down.
you'll catch it like once a month. It should be about once a month, once every other month. You'll see a bunch, like a train full of army vehicles and or military in general, because Marines train there, Air Force trains there, everyone trains there.
Yeah, see, it's funny because because we have the Mountain Home Air Force Base here. So every time you see the stuff on the back of the trains, everybody starts freaking out.
Yeah. One actually, I saw a picture up on Army What the Fuck moments. If you ever want to see some dumb shit, look on there. Uh, Army What the Fuck moments. It was my unit's train leaving out of Louisiana, and yeah, people freaked out about it.
Yeah, that's what's funny is we have Mountain Home Air Force Base, which is one of the biggest Air Force bases in the U.S.,
Yeah.
and everybody still freaks out after all these years seeing things move. And like you said, it happens once a month or once every other month, and we still get the panickers, the ones
Yeah.
running for their little hideaways underneath their houses because they see it.
The military's taking over.
Yeah, right.
No, we're just going to training.
I feel like if they were going to take over, they wouldn't be putting the tanks on the back of a train. It might be going down a
No.
little differently. Oh yeah, I don't know. It's a freaking crack up, man. Seeing the different variety of people and not understanding what's going on with all that. But you guys definitely live a different life doing all that. I've
It's
always
it could be fun. It's rewarding at times with the just like the streaming world, the family you build.
yeah.
That's why I say I got three families. I got my family here at home. I got my army family, military family, and then I got my streaming family. And there's definitely perks to each.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, I don't know. When I first got into streaming and stuff, there was just nothing but bad people used to say about the whole gaming streaming community and everything. And then like I said, once I got into go ahead.
Uh, I was just reading what Senpai put. I'm 11 Bravo infantry.
Um yeah, it's what's funny is it's so toxic, but then we get a lot of guys like you because I'm used to. I've had a lot of friends and stuff that are military, but I've also the dark humor stuff. I've always been used to that, and you
Oh
guys
yeah.
are all bad about that, and I fucking love it. I think that's why I always got along with my military friends so well. growing up the way I did, dark humor was just your way of coping with things. And
Uh,
you
yeah, definitely, indeed.
and you get in
Especially when
here.
the
Yeah, well, exactly. And then you get in here and you deal with these people that are trying to be toxic, and you start off with your dark humor and stuff like that. And then they shut down, don't know how to deal with it, and then you're sitting there laughing, and you're like, oh, I made it awkward. Fuck
yeah,
it.
sometimes I try and I'll tone it back. You'll catch when I'm with like a lot of the dudes I've worked with in the past because we know dirt on each other and like all that, and we just like we'll go at each other, and then at the end of the night, it's like, hey man, see you later, love you, bro. And, everyone's like, you guys were fighting all night.
Right? It's those ones you get
We're like, nah,
really.
that's just it. That's just what happens.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they consider the bros. And then, especially when you're that close, I mean, shit, you're doing what you're doing. You're closer to those people than you were your own damn family. I mean, your life depends on those people.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
When I was deployed, before I pushed up in Iraq, when we are sitting in Kuwait for a while, we had 60 dudes living within like 100-foot area.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not like growing up with your parents. If they don't feed you your McDonald's, you're gonna die. Like, no, literally, it's these guys turn into the absolute family. And yeah, I don't know. Us guys, we talk to each other different anyways than you guys that are
Yeah, we just the other night we were reminiscing on some dumb shit we did when we were in the Philippines to a couple of the privates, and yeah, it was we're like, man, because just like the streaming world, the military is turning into super politically correct. So it's like, hey, you can't do that now. You can't call someone this. You can't degrade in a way. I was like, the stuff I was told when I was a private when I first got in, a lot of these new guys would just quit. They
and
would just
cry.
leave.
They
Actually, just the other day, there was a soldier crying outside because he's like, hey, Soren, this guy made me do push-ups, and I'm like, okay, and like it happens.
it's the
What'd you do
military.
wrong? I'm like, what'd you do wrong? And he's like, I was late, and I was like, well, no shit, Sherlock. Like, come on.
Oh my
I was like,
god.
get over it, man. And he's like, it's just he's going over the top, and I was like, okay. Well, now that you and it's like I want to just say I don't care, but now it's to that point where in the army where it's like, okay, what did he do wrong? Where'd the big band hurt you? Like
Show me on this doll where he touched you inappropriately.
for real.
Well,
And
what bothers me though with all this is it's the same thing that happened in the early 1900s when they tried to censor a lot of things and they tried to do the same thing and with all aspects of life, and then it flipped turned to where we all went back to nothing was politically correct. We didn't give a shit, and it got a little too harsh.
yeah, yeah,
Like the 30s and 40s. So that's where I'm like, we're in the 20s. Wait till the 30s and 40s again. Watch what's gonna happen.
for real.
It's not gonna be fun. Oh, but yeah, it cracks me up. It's life. We'll get through it. It'll be a fun 10 years, and then we'll be back to getting to talk the way we enjoy it.
Yeah,
We'll, we'll let them have their time to shine for a while.
yeah, I'll probably be out by the time that happens. I'm getting out at the end of this contract, which will be, I think, October of next year. I'll be out of the army and on to bigger and better things.
That's not too bad. I mean, a little over a year and a half. Yeah, a little over a year and a half. Which that's freaking nice, man. That's knowing that you have an end game, a plan to get out, and it's not going to be forever. Does that give you enough time? I don't talk about it enough, so I don't always remember. But is that served long enough to where you're good and you're basically retiring? And you
No.
get your
So you have to serve 20
oh
years
fuck, that's
to
right.
retire out, or sometimes they'll offer early retirement at 15 years, but it's still not a full like pension, and you don't get everything. Um, so you have to do the full 20. But what you can do, one thing that a lot of people don't know about, is you can get out and still work a government job, and like a mailman, you can go be a mailman or mailwoman, and that your time in service actually rolls over into that. And so I get out just shy of 10 years. So if I do just over 10 years in the mail service, I can retire out of that. Is
Really?
that my plan? No, but uh,
Yeah, those male guys do a lot of. I don't know if I could do it. I mean, yeah, you get to be active, which is nice, but yep, that went all over you.
yeah, I miss my face.
Got a hole in the lip.
Yeah, actually, I do.
Oh, nice. Now, was that
Some
intentional or
childhood
was that?
decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, some teenage decisions.
Oh yeah, we all have those. Some are fun, some stick around, some give good stories. The other ones we just laugh at and move on to the next conversation.
That's this one. That's this one. Yeah.
Oh god, that's freaking awesome. Um, so what? I love the fact that you, like I said, the whole mixer thing, and then switching over, so you've seen the different sides of what it is. Because we get a few people that have been Facebook, but most everybody I know through here has started on Twitch and then tried to venture out off. Otherwise, from what I've seen and stuff, the best way to do it is to start like on Facebook or Twitch, and then once you get a good following, switch over to YouTube. Because I've seen a few people try and start on YouTube, but it's not a good place to start. It's a better
No,
place to bounce over to once you already have a good following and everything. Because once you're already hitting those numbers, those people are gonna follow you anywhere, and then that's when YouTube will start pushing you anyways. But is there any advice with doing all the different things that you've done and seeing the different aspects of it? Is there any advice you could offer to an up and coming streamer?
uh, just stick with it. Have a plan. Know that not everything's gonna go your way. Um, that's always the biggest thing with anything you do is always make sure you just follow through with what you want. If you realize it's not for you, just keep casual gaming. Do casual streams. If you want, if it you realize like I really want to try and get into this, push yourself. Get to know people. Get to just have fun with it. Whether it be wild gaming. Like me, I'm known for raging, and I've actually toned back a lot of my rage. I don't know if you were here for the rage wall I had, um,
Mm-mm.
but this wall right here, all on top of the flag, you see this controller. That one actually works. Uh, used to be my rage wall, but I picked like my style and just stuck with it. Toning it back a little though. So I'd say biggest piece of advice would be just keep going. Don't let people bring you down. Don't let people like on the Facebook networking groups that I've been a part of. Like, oh well, you're only averaging one viewer. Might as well quit. And like, no, man, just keep doing you. You'll get your community. You'll find a community that you want to be a part of and you love. So yeah, just
Yeah, that stuff bothers me so much. I hate that if they're only I don't care who you are, no matter what your style is, getting a 3 to 5 viewer average is not hard. You're gonna find somebody that wants to see you. Pushing past that is when it gets a little more difficult. But I just the whole down and negative on people, it's God, it's so annoying to see.
yeah, it's extremely annoying. Just the other day, I was on the Facebook, the Twitch networking group, and this dude was going off on people that weren't as successful as him. He's like, I average like 70 viewers and this and that. You guys, if you're averaging 1 or 2 viewers, just quit. You should just stop. Like, nah, man. Like, you're not encouraging anyone. You're not helping anyone. You're not even helping yourself. You're just making yourself look like a jackass. Honestly,
Yeah, if you're averaging that many viewers, you'd be getting partner. Calm down, big guy.
remain humble too. Always remain humble.
Yeah.
Uh, that's been my thing. And a lot of people know that. Like, I always just stay humble. It's just the way I live, though.
Yeah, and that's one thing we won't run into this because you got a lot of you're gonna be a lot of keyboard warriors. It's a lot of the guys that were sadly it was the guys that couldn't stand up for themselves in school and everything, so they get into this, and that's why we have the communities like we have. Ours are a lot separated from everybody else's just because of all these kind of problems and everything.
Hmm.
Majority there's so many communities out there like I said, all the ones I joined into in the beginning I've now not part of because they're all just so freaking toxic. Like it's bad. Like it amazes me how much they are To a point, I can kind of get it. I understand, like, you don't want all these new people because it causes an oversaturation, but at the same time, that one new streamer is going to bring 3 to 5 people at least that have never watched streaming before, that now give that opportunity for those people to start watching other streamers.
Yeah, actually, with the charity that that I'm still doing, the owners of it never heard of Twitch, never did anything like that, and they hopped on and they're like, "Wow, actually, there's some really cool people on here like you can meet." And I thought it, thinking coming in it's going to be just like gamers, but then they realize that there's people that do art and then sing and do create music on here, and they're like, "Wow." I brought a few people from work into Twitch, viewing like they have their favorite streamers now, whether it be a smaller streamer or big time, like. And I always talk to people about it, and people come over my house, and this whole setup's like my living room's right over here. Like they could see my whole setup. And they're like, "What do you do? Why do you have all this?" And I'm like, "Oh, I stream on Twitch and I play video games with a bunch of people." And they're like, "What's Twitch?" And then I just show them like past broadcasts. I'll show them other streamers, and I've seen a lot of them come on, and now we're showing support to multiple communities.
Yeah, exactly. And I've met quite a few guys that get into this that are small streamers, and even a couple people that never really went anywhere with it, and they're fine with that because they realize it's not for them. But they also brought a ton of people over to as viewers and just extra people in the community. I got a buddy that I just got into. He started watching my stream recently. He's actually the guy that got me into streaming or got me into gaming. I was just talking to him the other day. He had no idea what anything about Twitch. Didn't know how to work it. He set up a Twitch account when Twitch started and hadn't logged into it since. And now he's using his Twitch account, and he's following and stuff on it, learning how to use the emotes and everything like that. I know it sounds super old, but he's not. But he's
Yeah.
just, and then same thing. He
Uh,
got a buddy of his that's following and stuff in it now too.
so the other night when you were hosting the custom games, the team when I was with Bad, the third party, the third person with us, Scuba Steve, he was actually one of my old soldiers, and he just kicked off his stream 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, like actually taking it serious, and he's loving it.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome. I love to hear that. That's funny that you say that because I was playing with one of our Scuba Steves last night. Um, it's part of
Yeah,
the
I saw that. I saw that, and actually, he saw it in your chat. He's like, "I'm the real Scuba Steve."
yeah. Yeah,
I was like, "You guys just could 1v1 each other and have a good time, you know?"
right? Scuba versus scuba. We're gonna have to let them know about that. That might be kind of interesting.
Yeah, Codcast that.
Yeah, exactly. Which we're hoping for our scuba to get his raid stuff up and going because that's the one that used to do the have the raids channel and everything. Ran into some unfortunate issues with some toxic streamers that got butthurt over something that wanted to have some power in the community and didn't get it, and they ended up finding a way to hack and shut down his entire Discord server.
Dosing it.
Yeah. Which we went through that recent. We went not exactly like that, but we went through some issues recently with some people in the community. Actually, only one person, but got butthurt because they didn't get what they wanted, and they want the community to be the way they wanted. I'm like, well, if you wanted the community to run the way you want it, yours would be as popular. Clearly, somebody's doing one thing right and somebody else isn't.
Yeah.
It's funny because the guy was complaining. The multiple people names that he dropped that he was complaining about all have fairly successful communities and streams. That he was saying this should be ran this way. And I look at his and I'm like, yeah, okay, all right. You wonder,
Yeah, in one ear out the other.
yeah. I just laugh about it, and then yeah, it's funny because now he's running around telling people that I kicked him from the server and everything like that. I'm like, I can't kick you when you left. I like literally can't. There's no way for me to go in and ban you from something you're not part of. I was like,
Exactly.
because I tried. After he, because I found out after he left, I was like, if I can, I can, but you can't. If they're not part of it, you can't ban them from it. So if he ever comes back in, then yeah, he will. But I like to give people opportunities too, because we had an issue with the guy when the Difo first started. We had an issue with the guy that was super toxic, liked to brag about everything he did for everybody, but never showed up. He was never supporting anybody, and then he started running his mouth a lot, and we had to end up. He was the first and so far the only person that's actually been banned from the Difo, just because how bad he was and everything. And I just
Gotta do
like,
it sometimes.
yeah, and he came from one of those other communities that was a follow for follow style.
Oh,
Yeah, one of those follow for follow affiliate boosters. Which what's funny is some of the people he brought over no longer talk to him and are most active in the Difo. So it kind of cracks me up, but yeah, there's a lot of those follow for follow communities out there, and some of them have gotten fairly large. Like I've seen a few of them that are 2,000 plus members.
yeah, I saw one follow for follow community on Facebook. It had 17,000 people,
Holy shit!
and I'm like, I hope that you guys find people that are finding like the follow for follow, uh, not successful, but like streamers that you actually stick with.
Yeah, it's
Somebody's gonna get lucky.
empty follows. Like I was talking the other day, we were playing COD and we were playing Resurgence, and I kept running. Me and the same guy kept killing each other, and he started getting super toxic and was saying shit. And I seen in his name said Twitch TV, so I pulled it up and I look, and the guy had been streaming for 2 hours, had 2 viewers. I'm like, okay, is this guy new or something? I dropped down and look, 5.6 thousand followers and 2 viewers. Like, I'm like, this exactly right here is what I'm talking about. This is what follow for follow does. I was like,
And the sad part is with like the algorithm, like not algorithm, but when if he does make it up to that partner status, he's gonna apply immediately and get denied and blame Twitch because he's gonna have that many. They're gonna look at his history and they're gonna be like, dude, what the fuck? Follow for follow is like against TOS,
yeah,
and yeah, like
that's I laugh because the dude tried to talk shit on me, and I'm like, well, I mean, I'm just under 300 followers, and I've been averaging like 20 to 25 viewers. You got 5.6 thousand and averaging less than five. Like, I don't do the follow for follow thing. I feel like it's empty follows. It's pointless. It's yeah, you're gonna get the numbers. I don't care how many followers I have. I care how many concurrent family
viewers.
members I have coming back in. Just the Difo fam, just everybody, the different communities. I love chatting with people. I'd rather have, even if they don't follow, I'd just rather have those people to get come back and bullshit with. Which I think
Yeah,
I just realized that I'm actually getting close to. I'm about to hit 300. I think it is. But that was one thing.
yeah, you're 4 away.
Yeah, 4 away. I've been letting it go slow. I don't, like I said, I haven't been on any of these. Um, I don't post my stuff anywhere. Like I don't promote
Discord's
myself.
the only place I post mine. Once in a while, I'll post up on Instagram, and that's about it. And I just broke 300 just the other day.
Yeah, but and then look at your average viewers and stuff though. I mean, having the lower amount of viewers but or lower amount of followers but still have the viewers being average. I mean, you look at the percentage ratio. Twitch is going to look at that when you go to become that. I know another guy that applied a couple guys that have applied for partner recently and been denied, and I'm like, "Well, you've got 1 to 3,000 followers and you're only hitting your 70 viewer average. Your percentages don't add up. Like if you
Yeah,
can't
there's one female streamer on the Facebook group. Forgot. I think her stream name's like Briarfair. I don't follow her. She's not the streamer that I want to follow. But she just hit it, and people are like, "Oh, you gotta apply. You gotta apply." She's like, "I'm not gonna apply," because I was just reading some comments. I was like, "She's like, I'm not gonna apply until I get a little bit better viewer average and I stay concurrent like this for a couple of months." They're like, "You're just wasting your time then." Like, she's like, "No, that's because if I apply now, I'm gonna get denied." She's like, "I'm gonna wait until I know I will have it through the what we're just talking about, like the kind of like the and like analytics of it all."
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, it's not like you're losing anything by waiting to apply. It's your percentages change. Yeah, you're going to get paid a little bit more, but at the same time, you're still getting your payouts. You're still getting everything that you were getting before. It's nothing's going to change. It's not like you hit that milestone and then if you don't apply, everything drops off.
Yeah,
There's plenty of people. There's a lot of streamers out there that don't go for partner because I mean, once you accept the partner, that's kind of a big everybody freaks out about the whole exclusivity contract being an affiliate. You got to stay fairly freaking exclusive when you when you agree to being a partner with Twitch. I mean, and that's the same thing with Facebook or anywhere you become a partner with. It's you have to keep your exclusiveness, which that's the whole point. I mean, they're going to pay you extra to rep
Just
them
stay.
more, to make them more money. And that's how it goes. I don't know what the exact percentage of differences are. I think instead of them taking 50%, they only take like 40% of your pay. But
Something.
even at that, though, I mean, an extra 10% per viewer when you're got a 70 average, you probably got 200 plus subs. That's really not that bad. It's worth it's worth doing. I debate back and forth whether if I get to that point whether I'll take it or not. I need to look a little further into it and see what the full logistics are and see if it's actually worth it.
Yeah.
Because there's
And a lot of people do it. Like I know a few people. Actually, I know somebody that I used to work with. He just broke like 120,000 followers.
holy
Uh,
shit.
yeah, he streams a lot of like Among Us and GTA 5. But I used to work with him every day. And someone was asking him, he's like, what is it like? And he's like, just like being a smaller streamer. He's like, I just do me. And he's like, it's just I have to do it all the time.
Yeah.
He's like, I have to stream almost like daily almost. And a lot of people are like, oh well, it's cool that you get all this extra stuff. And he's like, I don't get a whole lot of extra stuff. He's like, because he's actually a streamer for G2 Sports, if you know who that is.
I've heard of them. I haven't looked too much into them, but yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, they're sponsored by like BMW, Red Bull, like that's sponsorships that he's got now. Uh, so there's some perks like if you can get in with a big team like that as well, of full of partners. Like how you said, you got to look into what the what it's about and if it's worth it.
What the
I
full
think,
perk range is.
yeah, I think what comes with it is if you can get accepted to a legit team
Yeah.
uh, as a partner is where more of the benefits are going to come from.
See, and that's where, because I look at it like if we can do it, I'd love to, if we can get to that point, I'd love to start a team and have a Difo team and go from there. Because that's one thing you can do with partner, you can actually make teams, obviously not paid like the G2 or stuff like that.
Yeah,
But even just in general, you can have people that are allowed to rep the name that you can start once you go partner. And then you can try and turn that into something else, which that's how like a phase and stuff like that started. Not like
yeah,
it, but that's how the big growth of it started on here. But to be able to start something like, I feel like if we were to start that kind of team, it'd be more gamer. That kind of team would be gamer based and larger streamer. I'd have to be a little more picky than I'd like.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's it's owning a team like that. You'd have to get super political with it.
Yeah, you gotta watch the people that are coming through, and it'd have to be like high tier players and stuff like that. Because if we're gonna start a gaming team, it'd have to be gaming based. It wouldn't be where like on COD we have the Difo clan and just anybody can join. It would be, but at the same time, if we can have the Difo name and then have these top tier players and be going to tournaments and stuff like that for all these different games, I think the hardest part for me is the fact that we would have to have a team of Fortniters.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
rip,
the
rip, rip on that one.
right. I just like,
My wife
oh
would be down.
yeah, it'll have to happen though. I mean, I'm sure we can find some decent people that play it. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe
That'll be a that'll be a hard thought when that time
not
comes.
taking shots here, but Ninja.
Yeah, but even he's getting away from it. So like the when
Yeah,
he's
I've noticed that.
yeah, because it's gotten so
On
toxic. It's such a
board.
bad game anymore. It's not. It doesn't bring a lot of good people. I don't know. I love the idea of it. I love the idea of having a Difo team instead of seeing all these Atlanta phase and stuff like that. Start seeing Difo popping across people's streams, and then
Yeah,
people be able to get paid from it.
place.
Because then at that point, then we could start growing with other people and getting sponsors and stuff, and being able to bring sponsorships to people. Like I've got quite a few people in the community that are high tier players that every time I play with them, they're dropping 10 plus kills every freaking round. Like that's better than what I see. Some of the shit I see Nick Merckx not even do that many sometimes.
Yeah.
Now he'll get his shit lobbies where he'll drop 30 kills in one, but then you got a ton of them where he's dropping 3 to 5.
Yeah, where he gets put in like a bronze 3 lobby. He just shits on everyone. Then he gets put in like a diamond 2, and it's like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, right. Well, one of our last games last night, we were playing this guy that killed us. His movement was just gnarly, and I'm like, what the hell? And I spectated him for a minute, and the dudes, we're on Resurgence, and dudes drop it. It was 18 kills, and I'm like, I don't think he's hacking. Like it didn't look like. I'm not sure. So we're
It's
watching.
not it's sus, but not like hacking sus.
Right. So we're watching for a minute, and I'm like, he keeps pulling it. Like he's pulling out his oh wow, yeah, holy crap, why did that not come up? Worth their hard. It He pulls that out like on a regular basis, not like a hacker would to try and show it off. And so we watch and we skip through some of the other players. So there it was on trios because that's the new setup. He had 18 kills. His other partner had 6, and then the third guy had 0. I'm like, that's why you're in my lobby. Mr. Zero Kills is hosting this.
Yeah, so actually, we were doing the same thing. I was like, were you spectating us? Because my buddy Scuba Steve, he dropped 18. I dropped 11 or 12 kills, and then our partner dropped 0.
Yeah, that's
It's
how.
like, what kind of lobbies are we put in?
Exactly. Well, I mean, that's what happens when you host some of them. I've had a few. One of my last high kill wins on Resurgence, I had 14 kills with a win, and I had 2 guys on the team that only had 1 kill, and I had another one with I think 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
But that whole, they call it exploiting, but I mean it works. It puts those type of people in lobbies with people against me that, depending on my mood, I'm a below bottom tier player.
A below bottom tier? Jesus.
Hey,
I wouldn't put you there.
there's times where
In your own customs, you play second.
well, yeah, but there's times where my mood, I'm like a little drifty. I've got plenty of 0 kill games.
I think we all do.
Right?
Just
Well,
drop in, you're like, we got it, boys, and then the whole team gets waxed with it, and you're like, okay, well, we're the first team out.
well, that's like we were laughing last night with actually Soak that's in here, because when I first started all the streaming stuff, my KD on COD was a 0.5 back in September.
Oh, yeah, I had a miserable KD when I first started.
Yeah, well, I didn't just first start. I mean, I've been playing for the last 2 years. Since Blackout came out, I've been playing the Battle Royale thing, but wasn't very good at it.
PUBG was my battle royale.
Yeah, see, I didn't get into that until last year.
I was averaging like a 5 point something KD on there.
Holy shit. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I was really good at PUBG. Like I played against some of the FaZe kids and all that in tournaments, which helped me when I was on Mixer. But
yeah, sadly, everybody's kind of going away from the whole PUBG thing because now it's not as difficult.
And it's all bots.
They have added a lot of freaking bots. Like last time we tried to play, it was kind of funny because the bots you run into, you're running across, you watch them run across the field, they stop, they rotate at you, stare at you for half a second, and then start shooting. You're like, okay,
They're a bot.
like can you up the bot?
There are bots everywhere in PUBG.
Yeah, like it's so bad. Like it kind of ruined it for me. That's why I haven't really played since. Because like for every
One day we could just host a custom PUBG day.
that'd be kind of dope. I don't only
Get a
problem.
bunch of people with some throwbacks.
I don't think it's full cross-platform yet, though. I think it's, if I remember right, I think it's console, and then only PC.
Possibly, yeah.
So that would be kind of hard. I mean, I could drop it back on my console. I got everything set back up to where I can have everything playing properly. That would be kind of fun. We might be getting into that. I don't know. I don't know if I can play on controller again. I've gotten so
I
used.
played mouse and key a couple of times, and I'm just like, I'm not a fan.
That's
I'll stick to my custom built controller I did right here, and everyone calls it a modded controller.
Modified by color.
Yeah, for real. That was from the Rage Wall. See, here's one of the other ones I built. Like
Pieces pieced together from broken ones.
literally, like you can tell what pieces came from where.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's true. PC can't play with console on there. What's the three? If you want to talk about that skill, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Switching to PC and mouse and keyboard, my game upped a lot. Which I was having some connection issues on the Xbox I was playing on anyways, because I used to be a little bit better on PlayStation, but when I switched to Xbox, I was having internet connection issues, so I was getting a lot of lag. But what's funny
I
is
pick it up again too.
yeah.
We were running into that actually last night.
Yeah, well, last night was real bad because even the Scuba Steve we were playing with, he kept dropping frames hella bad, and then even there was a few of mine like I couldn't get like an under 60 millisecond ping last night, and usually I sit around 30. So I was hosting, and then even when we switched host, I went from a 60 up to like an 80. I'm like, oof, yeah, that's yeah,
Yeah.
it's been fun, but yeah, no, switching to PC and mouse and keyboard was definitely a big difference for me. Because when we first started the whole streaming thing, I started like I said, started around I think it was a 0.54, and now I'm like a 1.01 or 2 or something like that. So
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. When I first like started actually taking it serious, I think I had to build it from I think I was at like a point 0.5 or 0.6 KD, and now I'm at a 1.3, 1.4. Um, my goal for the next COD that comes out or whatever is that if it's a good one, is to maintain at least like a 2 or 3.0 because I know I have the capability. I'm pretty sure you have that capability.
as long as I can
And
keep the focus.
yeah,
As long as they don't have that's the problem though too. Like we were talking last night when we were playing. Like I've got the capability to do it, but the game with the problems. What's funny? So my buddy that got me into gaming and everything back in 2019, we used to always laugh because I would just get the absolute worst shit when it would come to the stupid Call of Duty games. Like the stuff that would happen. Like I had the worst luck on COD. Like
oh,
you watch Nick and stuff and Fat Man they run in and then they get these bots and stuff, which not saying that they're like cheating in lobbies, but it's just the type of people they run across. I run in and there's 3 different teams hiding in every corner of this house that they don't know they're there, but I happen to run into that one house.
and all of them look at you.
Yeah. And it's funny because nobody ever used to believe me, but now that I stream, and this last couple weeks has been really noticeable. Like people start commenting, going, "Holy shit!" Like that makes absolutely no sense. I'm like, I've been telling people this. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're just complaining." No, no, I've got really bad fucking luck when it comes to COD. I'm just like, I sometimes I get good bot lobbies. Sometimes I find the bots that all hide together and they all get me
Oh,
the
look
word.
at you.
Well, like last night, I don't play much regular Warzone anymore. God, 2.5
I
QD.
played a lot of Resurgence.
Yeah. We were playing regular Warzone last night. I got put into a gulag, and I went in, we were running, I forget what guns we were running, a sniper, scopeless sniper. I got 2 hit markers on a guy and didn't kill him. And he had the opportunity to shoot me and kill me with 2 hits. I'm just like, what the hell? Why do I got
Did I shoot him in the pinky toe?
right? I'm like, yeah, I'm shooting. Well, if I did, it's COD. I would have killed him.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Well, it's
Hit him
fun.
in the foot or head, you're good to go.
Well, and then I turn around and I watch the kill cam, and you watch 2 hits worth of damage come out of him, and he's left with this little segment left over, and I'm just like, I can't even right now. I can't even this game.
COD picks and chooses who wins what.
I think it's because I don't buy enough.
Yeah, for real.
They actually, so there's a guy, so Blackout. It was actually true on Blackout. If you would buy the more stuff you would buy, the better lobbies you would get. There's an ex Call of Duty, or not Call of Duty, an ex Activision employee that came out. And there's actually been a couple of them that have admitted to the fact that on Blackout, I don't know about on Warzone, but on Blackout, they actually had a software that the more stuff you would buy, the lower tier lobbies you would get put in. That's what we used to laugh because we were like, what the hell's going on? So because like when we used to play Blackout, I would just get murked by some of these people, and I used to run into a lot of streamers, like higher tier streamers and stuff, and that's what got me to learn about a lot of these people. And obviously, skills based matchmaking wasn't like it was now, but you're playing these rounds, and you're going up against these streamers that get in Blackout. We're getting 20 kills in a game, which is like getting 40 in Warzone because the damage amounts and everything. And yeah, every time you run up against one of them, they're like, "Oh, yeah, you're running the new skin that just came out. You're running all,
Yeah.
all the new stuff that was in the store."
Fortnite players over here now.
Yeah, that's I bet you the next COD's gonna have customizable skins like Fortnite.
I haven't played Fortnite probably since season 2.
I don't know
One or
when the
2.
last time I played it was. I just seen a TikTok the other day. Somebody was
Oh, chapter something. See, my wife knows. She knows everything about Fortnite. She's like, I gotta go complete my battle pass.
that face. That face you made. Oh, that was priceless when she said that. Oh. There was a little bit of I love you, but there's a little bit of disappointment here.
Oh, she knows. She 100% knows.
Oh, that's
My take on Fortnite. She said, "Shut up."
I tried Fortnite, so when I bought my Xbox, I got it for free. It was
Oh, same.
the last one that was on the shelf was the combo pack that came with Fortnite. So I bought it. I played my Xbox for almost a year and never downloaded it. And finally, I was like, it just sounds like a shit game. Like everybody I hear, I finally
It had
downloaded it.
potential. It had potential. I'll give it that.
Honestly, you take out the building and it would be absolutely great. It would be freaking great. It's just that the ease of building. I've got nothing against the building. It's the ease when you can just go
And now you got to fucking
top of the Empire State Building. It's so I after about a year I finally hopped on to play it, and skills based matchmaking is gnarly on Fortnite. Holy shit, it's gnarly. But I hopped in, played it. I won the first 15 rounds I played on there. I straight up first place. Hopped into a quads with somebody. I won like every other round. And then I hit level 10 or whatever it was finally. And then all of a sudden I was dying right off the bat. I drop in dead. I'm still floating dead.
You're like, what did I do?
Yeah, and then I'm getting sniped from people across the map. I'm just like, all
I
right.
could never hit that shot in a million years.
Yeah, and then you get those 360 no scopes, and you're like, oh, you're these type of people. But somebody had told me that once you hit level 10s when they take the bots out of it. I was like, that's freaking lovely.
A few games that way.
Yeah, which I mean, I get it to a point. It kind of helps get you to learn how things are going with the game and stuff. I feel like I kind of like the idea of it on certain games. Put you up against lower tier players and bots in the beginning. Give you an opportunity not to hate it.
Yeah.
Unlike Call of Duty when it just throws you into everything. Oh god, it's cuteness.
It's Halo. This is Halo.
Too much cuteness. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, he's a big baby. 80 pounds of just cuddles.
I was gonna say Yellow Lab. They're always.
Yeah, he's a lab Great Pyrenees mix. You can't see his tail. You'll see him walk around. Actually, you'll see that one walk around more.
That puppy?
Yeah, this puppy.
Yeah, this puppy.
This ginger puppy. And then Valken. These guys always pop up in the stream every so often. Come here, you big doofus. Oh, okay, God, dog. He's my lab pit mix, so thank you.
Super cute. Well, it's funny. You get a lot of people that are always worried about the things in the background coming through, and I'm like, I feel like it gives a more a sense of relatability when you have stuff like that.
Who are you laughing at?
You?
Laughing at me?
She's definitely laughing at
She
you.
just said daddy. Hey. Don't play with mommy's printer.
That's a good thing to play with, right? That's the new kid's toy.
She busted it the other day.
Oh,
she took it apart.
Oh.
Mom.
So we know what she's gonna be doing when she gets older.
Oh, she has her own controller and everything. So these custom ones I did, I took the broken, like the ones that don't work, built one and put it together for her. It's actually sitting out on the living room table right now.
That's freaking
She'll sit
awesome.
there and play with it.
That's freaking cool. I love that.
Can I get
Yeah.
a high five?
Baby technician.
No? Can I get a high five?
Wait till she
Yeah.
gets a little bit older and figures out how to use tools and starts really tearing things apart.
Oh, my son just in the last couple of months got into watching streamers.
Oh,
He watches Minecraft and Sackboy
Sackboy?
and Fall Guys.
Oh, okay. Fall Guys is still popular? I-
And sometimes Fortnite. Oh, time to diss on them.
Is it too late to abort? I don't know. There's a lot of things I do like about Fortnite. I mean, there's some cool things that came with it. I never understood the building thing. Like I just didn't get the point of it. Like for games and lobbies to be so short, but then to be able to build, like what was their point behind that? Was it to get up and away from people, or were they wanting people to actually like build on the map each time?
I don't know. I found a game. I don't know if you've ever played it. That is very similar to Fortnite. It has the same feel, but you turn into a chicken when you go down. You don't go down and like crawl around. You turn into a fucking chicken.
What?
Called Realm Royale. It has the same feel as Fortnite. Instead of building, you have this like power. You do these like powers thing, like whatever, which you upgrade your weapons throughout the match, the Royale. It's a fun little game to get a good couple laughs at. Realm Royale.
Realm Royale. I'll have to check that out. You turn into a freaking chicken.
You really turn into a chicken when you go down. It's just a funny game. It's not anything to take like super serious, but it's fun. All right. And here's my other one. Say hi.
Hey,
Wave.
buddy.
Yeah, put your head up here.
So that's the Fortniter.
Yeah, this is the one that likes Fortnite. This is Braxton.
We got a few people in the Difo community that stream Minecraft. One to watch that's actually usually kid friendly would be Reggie. Yo, Reggie. He's usually not too bad.
He watches, of all the streamers on Minecraft, fucking Tfue.
Oh my god. I'd be a little worried about that one. That guy's a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Say bye.
But that little bit of embarrassment. Wait till he gets a little bit older.
He's only 4 and he's fucking huge.
I was gonna say that just his face and his expressions, I would have said he was a little bit older. Just the
He's not even 4.5 yet.
oh wow, he looks
Yeah,
a little bit older. Just with
he's 4.5. That's what he's at.
good, good job, Dad.
Count.
Oh, young parents haven't to remember to do the math. And then you get old and just don't care.
Yeah. People ask how old is he? I'm like 4.
4, close enough.
And they're
You
like,
know,
no, he's not. And I'm like, yeah, I definitely know my kid's age.
you should be like, he's 52 months.
Oh my god, that drives me insane.
I've ran into quite a few of those. I had a lady one time. Somebody I was with asked how old their kid was because the kid was asking some like weird questions that made it seem older than it was. And the lady's like, "Oh, it's 112 months."
What?
I'm like, "What? What?"
How could you come up with that? You must have just did the math prior. Like you woke up in the morning and was like, how old's my kid today?
I was like,
Okay.
you track that every single month. Like, oh my god, okay. Like this makes absolutely no sense to me. Yeah, so your kid's like 8 years, 9 years old, and you're still counting months.
You're like, hang on, let me take out my calculator real quick.
I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna 12 divided by no, not happening. A little too much extra for me. No, thank you. But so one thing too I've noticed lately, kind of get back on track with things because I know how bad I am. You've kind of gone into more of a little bit of a variety streamer. I've seen.
Yeah. I've been switching it up, playing different games. Still sticking around a lot of the shooters and racing. I grew up when I first got into gaming. like actually playing video games on a regular basis was NASCAR. That was like my go-to thing was NASCAR.
Okay.
Before Call of Duty was even a thing. And then really, and then I got into playing Call of Duty, and I've played and owned every single Call of Duty except for World War II.
Okay.
So like, and I've been stuck on shooters. I used to be a PlayStation guy. I've only been on Xbox for literally as long as I've been streaming.
Really?
So
What made you
all my
switch?
gameplay, seeing a 2 terabyte Xbox One S for $150 kind of was like, okay, I'll take it.
Right. Yeah, my biggest problem. So what's funny is when I was on PlayStation, I was a better COD player. Like my KD was higher.
I was a super, super toxic PlayStation player. I was one of those dudes in the lobby that you'd never want to play again with. Like all my friends list, everyone on there. I was that guy that from start to finish was just dogging on people.
I used to be. What's funny is I'm worse now than I was back then. Because back then I was just
I'm a
like,
lot
man,
better.
I miss the death comms where you could talk to each other though. I wish they would go back to death comms where you can both hear each other instead of just hearing the person that dies. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
so stupid. But yeah, no, when I was on so the PlayStation, which in general the PlayStation gets a little bit better of a connection. They don't have some of those issues. My KD was quite a bit higher on Warzone when I was on PlayStation, and then I went to Xbox and it plummeted bad, bad, bad.
Just getting the use of the new controller.
I couldn't. Like I played for months, and when I first started streaming, I was on Xbox, and I could not get used to it. Switched to PC. Absolutely freaking crazy. Are you looking at possibly? Are you going to go with the new Xbox or the PlayStation?
Um. So if my wife has her way, we'll have one of each.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is she a PlayStation?
Uh, she is not really she's just getting into gaming now, just like starting it up. She uses my whole stream setup for her stream. Like she's pretty much starting gaming and streaming at the exact same time.
Okay.
So she doesn't have a preference yet. She does play some like online like hang on, what the hell? She'll play like Fall Guys and stuff like that for PC, but then she sticks to Fortnite and COD uh, on here.
Okay.
So she doesn't really have a preference yet. Me, I'm probably gonna stick to Xbox. I might branch out and dabble in a little bit of a PC, but I'm not gonna be a PC streamer.
Yeah, I love PC, but right now is a hard time with trying to find parts and everything.
Oh yeah, with all the cryptocurrency and
Yeah, it's made it a nightmare for so many different things, and supposedly the company's not being able to keep up with the supply. I'm like, no, it's you're keeping up. You're just selling it to where it's going to make you more money. We get it. We understand what's going on.
yeah, and
And
then you see these people fucking taking the 30, 30, 70, 30, 80s, whatever, and doubling, tripling their money on them.
well, what's funny is I've got my wife's PC right now because my wife just got into gaming too. She doesn't really. She tried COD a while back, didn't like it. Just she's like, this is an absolute shit game, and I'm like, I know. I say the same thing, but I still play it.
I'm already indebted to it, so
Yeah, I'm too far into it, and everybody I play with is on here. She's getting into it, but her PC has my my old graphics card, which isn't really old, but it's my RX 5 or yeah, my AMD 580. What's funny is last year, I think it was the beginning of last year. No, it was in 2019. So the end of 2019, I paid $189 for it at Best Buy. That same exact black edition card right now is selling for $589 in some places.
hell.
Yeah, it's not even the greatest card. I mean, it does pretty good. It keeps up with most of the games and stuff. I just, yeah. Yeah, the game is
I get what
shit. The
you're
memory's made or not.
saying. Yeah, I
Exactly.
saw that. Unwise.
Yeah, that couldn't be a more true comment. Like,
What the hell was that? Something just came flying from the loft.
gotta love kids.
I think it was my wife.
Oh, even better. Gotta love kids. We're all kids at heart, right?
Yeah, so a couple of my buddies, they've been like man, I'm trying to get this graphics card. I'm trying to get this graphics card. I was like, dude, just find one on eBay that's get like a 2070 or something. Like those are gonna be a lot cheaper right now than trying to find the top of the line brand new ones. I was
Yeah.
like, find a used 2070, 2070 Super, anything smaller than that too. Like,
Yeah, I know a lot of guys. I was just talking to a guy, actually our Scuba Steve yesterday. He's running a 1660 and it's keeping up with everything he needs to. His frames were almost the same as mine, streaming, doing what he's doing, and I'm running the 2070 Super.
yeah, that's what I'm
Um,
running.
yeah, and it keeps up with everything. I wasn't going to switch to gaming and streaming. I think I might game if I could have had an Xbox Series X or a PS5 or something. I might have continued to game on console, but
Yeah.
now having it all set up with the multiple monitors and everything, it's just so much easier to flick through all of it,
Mm-hmm.
playing and gaming on PC. But
Yeah, I have a setup like for PC game. Like I have 3 monitors sitting right here. Like I could do any type of gaming I want. I just gotta adjust my layout a little bit. But if I do go into PC gaming, it's probably gonna be along the lines of like Tarkov and PC exclusive stuff. But when it comes down to like Call of Duty and any games like that, it's definitely gonna stay on Xbox.
that's so like I love the field of view and the graphics change stuff, but I have debated possibly going back to console just for games like that. Cuz honestly, it'd be a little bit easier on my PC and I could run some other things if I do it that way. Because I've got the 2 monitors here and here, and I could just add one extra up and then game on the one in front of me. Because I don't really like my one off to the right. I use it a little bit, but not a whole lot. I just,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
the same way. I use my center and my one on my left more than the one on my right. Like I just actually moved my everything over to this left one here. Because I prefer looking at that for peripheral reasons.
well, what's funny is when I sit and I game, I actually lean back to my left, but I still use my left monitor, even though it's harder to actually technically see. My other monitor is a smaller one and it's rotated. Because if I don't have it rotated, I can't get it up high enough. Oh, that's a lovely one. Story of life. Can't get it up high enough, but it's
Rip.
just I don't know. It's the little things you have to worry about getting into, and then you start worrying about your overcrowdedness of all the freaking things. I didn't realize this was going to be a problem. Is all the crap that I've got. Well, I mean, it kind of comes down to everything. I've even got all my comics laying out over here right now. We we
Yeah,
wouldn't.
I'm waiting for this to go away. So this isn't sitting on my desk anymore. Fucking Bean Boozled.
You're being boozled.
Dude,
Never
it's almost
again.
gone. It's almost gone. I will never buy this again.
I sense a lot of regret in there.
There was all of the regret in this.
I hear those
Yeah,
things.
my desk is cluttered up from work stuff. This is my work, gaming, like just everyday use uh setup.
Yeah, that's
I
I
have
do
probably close
everything.
to 1,000 pages of papers like right behind this monitor right here. Like, ugh.
That's I wish I could have multiple PC setups and I could just leave this one set for just my gaming streaming stuff. But I don't know. At the same time, everything's in here, and you're just like, yeah, this is easy. I don't have to do any extra work with it. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny once you get into it though, how much further you just keep going with it. When I first started streaming, I think I had 3 monitors right off the rip. Um, cheap, crappy ones. And no, I had 2. I was gaming on a crappy one, and then I had another one that I was running my Xbox Companion on. And I would let that just stream right there. So I'd have to watch my game as it played over here. And then I could, because I didn't have a capture card. So then I would run it over to my crappy PC that could barely keep up with anything. That
Yeah.
I was using the audio from my headset and and now I'm over here with my fully built gaming PC, my multiple monitors, my larger monitors, my
Yeah, like mine, when I first started off streaming, I only had my Xbox, and a camera. That's all I had. And now I'm sitting here, I'm like, Xbox, 3 monitors, whole PC setup, big ass ring light, expensive ass lights.
Yeah,
Uh, I have $300 in lights. Like Jesus, I
I'd
don't know
love.
why.
Well, do you have the ones that you can pair it all together?
Yeah, my whole light setup is for that, and then like it's all synced up to, you can't really see it, but to my stream deck here, like you
Yeah.
see all the different colors. Like, let's choose green. Like, I have everything synced up that way.
See, that's nice. My lights and stuff I have right now, I went cheap with, so I don't have. Well, actually, I'm playing with it. I have to use the old school remotes.
I had those two.
Yeah,
I had now they're up in my kids' rooms. Actually, I even have set up on my stream deck because I put some of the extra lights I had up in my son's room. So like if my wife's like, "Hey, change the color in his room," I just click on the stream deck and change the colors. I don't have to go into my phone.
yeah, no, mine's all super cheap ones I ordered on Amazon, but
Hey, sometimes those are the best ones though.
yeah, they work and they do the job I need them to. They're not. I got other things light wise to focus on. I need to get one of those. I'm gonna finally spend the money on one of those Elgato um portrait lights or whatever. I keep forgetting what they're
Oh
called.
yeah,
Those
yeah,
things,
I know which
yeah.
one you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one, just get it posted up and let it cause some extra wiring nightmare behind everything I got going on here.
Yeah, wire management is the bane of my existence right now.
I
I figured out how to do it, deal with it all finally, but
I
it's still bad.
I tried. Like I keep trying and then I go change something and then I'm like I give up. It turns
That
into a
was
mess again.
actually again the other day. I was doing something and I was like, "Wait, I gotta add another frigging wire to this." So I have all my wires routed in one going in one direction, and they sit behind my PC, um, where my PC is blocking everything.
See, and that's I keep looking around. I try to ignore it because I mean there's wires everywhere and it irritates the living crap out of me, but I don't know.
Yeah,
It
I might
is.
be mounting my ring light to the wall right here, because I'm tired of kicking the frigging stand.
That's what I used to do when my desk was rotated. I had my ring light on top of an upside down egg crate
And
to make it tall enough to reach, and then either I would kick it or my cat would come in and lay against it, and it
it's
would.
just like,
Yeah, I'd be sitting there and I go, "Oh, there goes my ring light again."
yeah, I have my desk literally shoving my ring light into the wall. Like the stand isn't even really on the ground too much. Like I could stick my foot underneath one of the legs, and it's like this thing is the biggest. Like that out of the wire management and this ring light, the ring light pisses me off more.
Right. Well, it's funny because I gave my wife mine so she could use it for her photos and stuff. And I went and picked one up from Walmart, and it's got this. It's a dual arm setup with this crappy alligator clip,
Mhm.
and it's got one flexible arm that comes off you can mount your phone to, and then the other flexible arm with this little crappy light.
I know which one you're talking about.
It's so bad. I think I paid like $12 for it.
Yeah, I got a 19-inch ring light that your phone can mount up on the middle on the inside, and it's ridiculous. It's too much.
That's what I had. So I think I had a 14. I had a 14-inch one that I had that you can mount your phone inside of, and I ended up giving that to the wife. So I had this little one, and then the I had to diffuse it because it didn't have any kind of the way the light set up. It doesn't have much of a diffuser, so I have a little plastic like Walmart bag that I folded just right that slips over it, and I put a zip tie to hold it, so I can actually my little my it slides over and diffuses the light for me. I was like, there's
That's awesome.
I keep for it's one of those things like I get paid, I go to buy something new, and I'm like, oh, I don't need anything, and I wait, pay my bills, do what I gotta do, and go, oh, come on. I was like, the light. I've been putting off that light for like the last 2 months, forgetting to buy a new one.
Dude, I thought about just getting rid of this one and getting a smaller one just because, like, oh my lord.
Well,
So I have to turn it like all the way up and then turn it down by increments because it has a built-in diffuser too. And it's like I gotta find like if I go to just put it up to the setting I need it, it will not go. I have to go to max it out and then bring it down. It pisses me off. I'm because I thought about the Elgato ones as well.
well, I know I say Elgato, but I think it probably shouldn't because the only problem with the Elgato is it's like it's big. Like their
Mhm.
main one, I know a couple people that are running the Amazon ones that are like little car floodlight looking
Oh
ones,
yeah.
and they run two of them and they run great. Like they do the lighting you need to. I need to figure out a little better lighting in here. I don't like my lighting conditions, but I also had to shut off my natural light because my when I do morning stuff, those windows right there that are now covered, those face east. So that entire bright morning sunlight
It's
overpowers.
just bright.
Oh, dude, it's
And
so bad.
yeah, like right now, it's actually pretty dim out. It looks like it's bright here, but I have no lights on other than the one you see.
For the ambiance.
Yeah, the ambiance.
My ambiance.
Uh, and it's still pretty bright.
Well, then when I got some of my lights, I instead of using the clips to hold them against the wall, I actually peeled the back and stuck them. So one of my lights is behind the desk, and I'm like, it doesn't even do me any like stream goodness. Like, there's no point. So I just whatever.
Yeah, they're just there.
I haven't
They're
even turned it
peripherals for
on.
you.
I haven't even turned it on, and I couldn't even tell you how long. And it's my nicer one. It's my nicer quality one. Came with a nicer remote. It lights up a color that you can't even see. Oh, I guess like
That's blue.
yeah, I guess you can kind of see it on there. But yeah, I'm like whatever. Well, I've got all the colors with it, I just don't use the damn thing. But I don't know. One of these days I'll spend a little more in lighting. I think it's once I also have the problem too though is like you can tell the difference too like looking at your walls. I have this house was built in 97 and it's the same original eggshell cream white that when they
Oh,
built it.
yeah. These are older. I hate this style of wall that we have. It's like that pitted whatever bullshit it is.
The stucco. Well, the color they
Yeah.
used here is that really like bird shit white. It's the closest thing I can reference to. So like light does not shine off of it very well. I've thought about just darkening the whole place up, but I don't know. It's one of those as a streamer, the different ideas you try and go through and what you feel like you want to put into what you're doing, you're just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll go spend money on dolls to put over here.
Yeah. My biggest thing at the when I got here was like, do I want when I set the whole thing up before I even set these flags up or anything, I was like, do I want to do a green screen or do I just want to say fuck it and build the background? So we put this fish tank in because it will not fit anywhere else in this house. And it's a big ass fish tank. But I was like, all right, what can I do for the background? So I didn't have all this right here, all the Star Wars and all that, like all the Legos. And soon that big ass one back here by my thumb, that's
Yeah.
gonna be a Disney castle. That's only about 200 pieces of the 4,000 it is.
No. Uh-uh.
I don't want to build it. Yeah, it's been sitting there for months. What's up? I know it broke. It's okay. You just put it in the trash.
There's been a couple Lego things that I've looked at that I'm like, oh, that looks like fun. And then you see the 3,000 to 5,000 Lego piece, and I'm like, no.
So there's one that I'm looking for, but it weighs 35 pounds when complete. I was like, 35 pounds worth of Legos. I was like, that's a lot.
What are you trying to build? The Millennium Falcon?
The Star Destroyer,
Oh, geez, yeah.
the big one. We found it, but I'm not dropping $1,000 on Legos right now.
That's like easiest like Speed said, easiest solution to walls and background sound deadening. I have tons of sound deadening. I don't know. I ended up wanting to add a bunch of other stuff, but 35-pound Star Destroyer. That's holy shit.
It's 3.5 foot, 4 foot long. Like this one is the longest one I got, and it this took me over 2 hours to build, and the bullets just fell out of it.
So again, it's falling apart as you go.
Now I've been running into issues with one of these, and it's this one right here, the TIE fighter. This thing falls. It literally will fall from that. I don't know why. The other day it fell, blew to pieces, and I was like, I don't know what to do with this thing.
Just drops out of nowhere. Yeah, I don't know. That's like I've been. What's funny is like I have these here, and come to find out, not all the boxes actually are the same shape. So you're sitting here trying to put them together, and all of a sudden you got ones that are leaning like this, and then they're like all over the place. I'm like, I give up. I just, you guys can't see it on camera. It's only me that has to deal with it. There it is.
The hardest thing about, having two kids and a bunch of Legos,
Is
like you see the two blue things over here, those are Lego cars that my son built. And they like to try and play with them.
oh yeah.
And the little characters and stuff, like I was like, okay.
Have you
No,
thought about super gluing them?
nope. What are your pants? No, put that. I'm glad he's blocked.
Oh.
Go put pants on.
Yeah.
Weirdo.
Here comes the Twitch ban. Little kids running around naked. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, you want to come over and smile again? Come here. Okay, fine. Be shy. The
That's
dogs aren't
funny.
being shy.
So, all right. So I'm finally want to ask you my my final question because I'm really curious with this one with you. What are your future goals as a streamer? Say 1 to 2 years down the road.
Honestly, just still doing what I'm doing, gaming with people that I love gaming with, building a better and greater community family, as we always say. Just continuing to grow, continue to help others grow, like what you guys do with the Difo, what a lot of the communities that I'm a part of, and that you guys, to include Speed, EDA, and Senpai. I think those are the only 3 in your chat right now that I know. Like, keep doing what I'm doing. Honestly, there might be some tweaks here and there with moving, but other than that, always look to improve myself and improve the other people that I associate with.
Yeah, it's definitely a good way to be with it. I mean, are you I guess take hopes out of it, but is a partner something you would be wanting to do?
I'd like to make it to there. I wouldn't apply for partner while I'm still in the military, but when I get out and I have like an actual set schedule, set job, I would apply. It would be nice. See what teams I can get associated and affiliated with, what sponsor deals I could get. Yeah, I definitely see streaming still being around for me in the next 2 years. Be that crusty old guy streaming, like EDA.
Crusty old guys, right? Those old nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the wife and I just had a talk recently, which I think we're gonna be able to get the wife into. The wife's wanting to get into possibly streaming too, and her variety of games and everything. But we're figuring out our life plans, what we want to do. But I believe I'm gonna be streaming for a while too. But
Jesus,
I think you're right though with the whole, and like I keep hearing people putting off applying for partner. I guess if you work from home, it's one thing. It makes it a little bit easier, but when you have a job, it kind of a little more difficult. But I feel like I would probably. Oh, hey, we got Corey Captures in here. What is up?
Yo,
look at this guy.
I'm getting mauled by dogs right now.
I was gonna say you were about to get eaten. Oh, look at that tail.
Look at that. Yeah, that's Halo. That's Halo. That's the Great Pyrenees.
Look at that curl. That's funny. That's freaking awesome. Partner's one of those things though. I feel like I would probably wait till I was like 100+ viewer average, because I mean. I don't know, 70, what is it, 74, 75? I feel like 75. Even at 75, you're still probably only at like a maybe 300 to 500 sub average.
Probably.
And 500 subs, that only puts you at like a $1,200 a month.
Yeah.
Not including bits or anything, but just on your subscriptions. And I don't know about you, but I can't live on $1,200 a month.
Oh, no. I can't live on $1,200 every 2 weeks.
I was gonna say, wait a minute. I think your kids probably eat more than that. Well, especially where you're at now, because that's expensive as hell down there, from what I keep hearing.
No, Colorado Springs isn't bad.
That's okay. I'm thinking Denver's where it gets really bad.
Denver's not bad compared to where I'm from. Like, I'm just comparing that off of where I'm from in New
Yeah.
York. Like, uh, the cost of living here is not bad. Everything in general is about average price, probably national average. Um, it's more expensive where I came from up in Washington State. Everything there is expensive as hell. You can ask EDA.
Yeah, that's so because I'm from Central California, but I've been in Idaho for 5 years. So I'm used to overly expensive, way too damn expensive for what you're paying for. And because even when I left, so I was living in Sacramento County before I moved up because we went up there for a year. I took a job and we thought we wanted to be in that area. And until we decided to just be like, screw this, we're leaving the state. I think I was making at the time, 6 years ago, I was making like $18 an hour. We were living in a 2-bedroom duplex with the garage turned into a 3rd bedroom. I had parking for 2 cars, my front and backyard, and I really wish I was exaggerating right now. My front and backyard was literally as big as my office right here.
Jesus.
The backyard, you step because the way they put the lot, you step out into the backyard. If you could put, I got a fairly long desk, but you could put 4 of my desks together, and that was the backyard. There's a little strip down the side, and then you had this little tiny, like no bigger than somebody's garden front yard. And because the way the house was on the corner of like more of a main road, we were blocked by trees, so the sound we didn't have to worry about as much. But we had 2 spots in the driveway to park and 1 in the street. On this dude,
It honestly sounds like my place right now, but that's on post living.
Yeah,
I just have a decent sized house that I'm in, but no yards.
yeah. See, and we were living in a 1,400 square foot. I think it was a 1,400 square foot duplex. We were paying almost $2,000 a month for it 6 years ago.
Oh my lord!
Yeah, 6 years. In the last 6 years, it's gone absolutely crazy down there. I know that same place right now is going for 2,200 to 2,400 a month. And I can understand to a point in certain places. Like right now, Boise's getting to that point. Like if you go downtown, you can get some places that are that expensive. But when you're downtown, you have everything right there. Like your travel is 30 steps out the front door.
Yeah, and you're at every store you could need.
Exactly. And well, where I was living in Fair Oaks, we didn't have that. Like you had to drive wherever you were going because you're a little further into city limits and stuff, or a more rural city area. And it's just absolutely nuts of what I was paying for down there. And then we move up here, and the cost of living's so cheap up in Idaho, which has gone a little crazier over the last year. But I've been here long enough now that I'm like, well, but it's so expensive there. So when I think about, because I knew a guy a couple years ago that moved from Denver over here, and just what they were paying at the time in Denver, I was like, yeah, that's.
Yeah. Let me see something real quick. Because I can actually find out how much cost of living is in Denver because someone just texted me that lives in Denver. How much is your apartment? She's very open about it. She does not care.
Yeah.
She's actually an ex-girlfriend of mine.
Well, yeah. So apartments have gone crazy here, which sucks because I've got one of the guys from the community, which is actually my cousin, modern day Loki. He's moving up here this month, and he's gonna have to get into an apartment just because it's easier on short term to get into an apartment than a house. I mean, you're looking at 2-3 bedroom apartments for $1,400 to $1,500 a month here, in a place where
our 3-bedroom house is, what do we pay a month? 18. So yeah, like 18, almost 1,900 for this 3-bedroom.
22,000. What did I hear?
No, not like, what is it? 18 to 1,900 for
okay.
this. What, 1,100? How? Yeah. Okay, so we're paying 2,000 now.
Oh, jeez.
My wife does all that.
See, that was
even though I'm the one that gets paid and pays for this. She knows all.
See, I pay almost half of that for my
so
house.
She's paying for her apartment. She's paying $1,350 in Denver for a small apartment, for a studio apartment.
Holy shit, studio. So which means you don't actually get a full bedroom.
Nope.
You don't get. Oh my god, we have some of those here. Now we do have some around that pricing here. You can get down into like downtown Boise, and you'll pay that. You'll pay upwards of 15 to 1600 for a 1 bedroom or a studio apartment. But you get a little further out, and it gets better. The house I got into, so we were gonna try and buy, but the house that I got into last year, yeah, last year we got into this house. We were gonna try and buy. Things weren't working out. I couldn't justify spending $300,000 on a home with a 2-car garage.
Oh no,
Eh,
yeah,
yeah,
I
I was
see where you're
like,
coming
I
from.
love cars. I'm not gonna go spend $2,000 a month to live in a home where I can't even do enough in there. And this one turned up, and we pay $500 less than average market value for our home because our
That's
landlord,
nice.
yeah, landlord lives down in California, takes care of everything himself, doesn't use a property management. He's like, what I save on property management, he goes, I'll turn it back to you guys. I was like,
You got a legit landlord.
yeah, dude's owned the house since '97 when it was built, and it's always been a rental. He hasn't been to Idaho in 12 years.
Holy hell!
He's like, I don't want to deal with it. He goes, if something breaks, he goes, call him. I'll pay for it. We'll get it taken care of. I was like, I'll just fix it if it breaks. I was like, I can do pretty much everything. Or if I can't, I know I can find somebody that can.
I know somebody like networking yourself in real life.
Yeah, like I know somebody somewhere that can do what I need to do. It's like our first week we were here, our first day we moved in, the dishwasher broke. I called him. I'm like, dude, the dishwasher's dead. He's like, all right, well, go find one, put it in, and he goes, and I'll pay you to do it. I'm like, I'm not worried about being paid for it. And he goes, well, I was like, just pay me for whatever the cost of the part is. I get it done. I go put it in. He's like, I sent him the invoice, and he's like, oh, well, you didn't charge me for your time. I was like, it took me 45 minutes to put in a dishwasher. I was like, and I think 20 of that was trying to get it unboxed because they mounted the wood frame to the bottom of the damn thing through the legs and everything. I had to pull all the legs off to get it off. I'm like, he's like, all right, well, here's 45 minutes of pay on top of it. I'm like, he's like, take that much off of rent. Okay. If that's what you want to do. And I think he paid like 20 something bucks an hour to do it. I was like, oh, okay. I'm not going to complain about that. Yeah. Or someone with
So,
a truck. Yeah. I don't have a truck right now. So I have to.
so you wanna hear expensive? So how I told you I'm from New York. So my friend that lives in Denver, she also lived in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
She just sent me a message. She's like, it was 1750 for an apartment in New York City with no dishwasher. Each floor had a washer and dryer that everyone shared. No elevator at all, and not as near like the amount of space.
Oh my God.
See that's what I was going off of with all this.
Oh, so
Like it's
yeah.
expensive in New York.
Because those are like what, 300 to 500 square foot apartments, and everything's
Hmm.
freaking joined. Basically, you're living in a bedroom with a kitchen, somewhat of a
Yeah.
kitchen. I was watching a
So
thing the other day. A guy was they're the cheapest thing in freaking New York right now. Because how long has it been since you've lived there?
uh, 7.5 years.
Oh, I'll say because New York. I just watched the thing last, like a week or two ago. Like the cheapest freaking apartment right now in New York City is like $3,000 a month.
Yeah, she was there what a year ago. She was in New York City.
Right before everything took a crap.
Yeah.
And then they raise the prices when people still can't even do any of that. Oh, hey, look, we got our Steve in here. Got our scuba.
My scuba is probably sleeping.
Yeah, I'll say we got multiple scubas around now. This is the scuba raider. So, but yeah, everybody hopping in at the end. Yeah, I don't know, man. Life's crazy. There's a lot going on. I'm glad. I don't know. I'm just with everything going on. I mean, COVID's all bad and what everybody has their own beliefs and stuff on it. I
Yeah.
do like the idea of how much it's brought all of us together, though. People that I've met through this that I would have no chance of ever meeting to begin with, like no chance at all. And now we got
The
these people.
different walks of life, different personalities, and everyone that you meet through the community is fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. And
Some of them, I'm like, okay, I'll steer away from that, but the
yeah.
majority,
And I'll say something too, though, if I don't like, because like when we were doing the customs the other night, we got some people that are toxic in there, and I was just like, hey, I was like, I'll give you a chance, but if you're gonna be toxic, I'm gonna ban you. We're not playing these games. That's not how it works. We're all here to hang out and chill with everybody. Someone kept me up last night. We were playing hella late on COD.
Yeah.
I think I went to bed at 2 or 2:30 our time, but which I was still actually a decent amount of sleep last night. I can't complain because I don't even think I got up till 9 or 9:30. Yeah,
That's when I woke up.
there's the people in the communities though, man. There's just absolutely some amazing people, and I'm glad to be where we are with everything because you guys have got a really good community over there too with the Freedom Front. I love it. I don't ever see because that's one of the few ones that I do pop into. I try to as much as I can, or at least try and read through where I can because I'm in so many of them, and then with everything going on with um the Difo trying to keep up with all that, it's hard to be active in other communities. But the Freedom Front's one of those ones I try and pop into, and you guys have always got really great people in there. That's one of those communities that I love. I'm just like, I'll always tell people about that one. That's a good place to be, especially if I meet anybody military. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna want to be over there.
It's appreciated.
That's your type of peeps. So, but man, I really appreciate it. I really glad to have you on today. I really appreciate you
Thank you
coming.
for having me, and this little one because she keeps coming over to say hi.
No worries at all, man. Like I said, I love the fact the we've talked to a few different people that worry about having their kids and stuff in the background, and I feel like it gives that sense of relatableness. Like they can realize that, oh, you're not just a face just sitting there, a different personality.
Yeah.
No, because even if you try and act like somebody else when you're streaming, when that kid comes around, it's gonna be you. And if the kids are, and it just shows that yeah, the person's actually being genuine. So I don't know. I got nothing as long the kid's not screaming bloody murder where we can't hear anything. I don't see any. There's like nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, she's just sitting here doing
I
raspberries.
right. I mean, there's nothing. Cute kid having fun. There's nothing wrong with that, man. But yeah, dude, I really do freaking appreciate you coming in today. I've been kind of letting everybody know that after we hit like podcast number 50, like the first few people that we had in, like the first 20 or so, I'm gonna kind of do like a repeat slowly on, just kind of touch bases and see how things go, because that'll be roughly a few months down the road and see what's changed
Yeah.
from things from there. But like I said, so glad to have you in, especially for podcast number 15 today, man. It was freaking
Hell
awesome.
yeah. Well, thank you again for having me, and thanks for having an awesome community with the Difo.
Absolutely, man.
Say
Same to
bye-bye.
you. That
Say
Freedom
thank
Front's
you.
running good.
No, you can't eat it.
Ah, you can't eat the mic. All right, guys. On that note, we're gonna end. I deserve raspberries. Oof. On that note, we're gonna end Difocast number 15. I appreciate each and every one of you that stopped in today. All you guys have an amazing day. Later, guys.
Later, guys.